Numbers are moving.
All right. This is like your new cat. You have like a catchphrase.
Numbers are moving.
Numbers are moving.
The numbers are moving. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I am Alex Albrecht.
And I'm Alison Haislip, and for the next 30-ish minutes, we're going to talk about some fun things we found in the news this week.
Correct.
And other stuff. Guess what? We're going to digress.
Oh, my God. BID sweeping the nation.
BID. Hashtag BID.
Sweeping the nation.
I saw some hashtags out there.
Yes, definitely. And sitting in with us, as always, is the lovely and talented...
Lovely.
Tom Krajewski.
It's my favorite day of the
sidekick.
week. Thank you for having me.
Is it? It's one of my favorite days.
Half hour happy hour day?
Yeah.
It is a
this
fun
is like
time.
my therapy, just like
I know.
laughter therapy.
Laughter therapy.
We should sell shirts that just say "Half Hour Happy Hour, Laughter Therapy."
Laughter therapy. Oh my
Pound
gosh.
BID.
I was in some like swanky clothing store and they had this really cute shirt that said, what did it say? Like, happy hour should be longer or something like that.
I can't remember. Oh, I could find the text.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But anyway, I was like, I'm going to buy this for our show. And it was $75 for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So you're saying we're not worth $75?
And I was like, no. Oh, well, first off, you guys wouldn't have worn it because it was a cute little like cropped shirt.
I would try.
Need more happy hours.
Need more happy hours, yes.
Need more happy. Okay.
Need more
But
happy.
I
I like
would
that you
have-
were sort of did it
I
like
wouldn't
a
have
reading
even-
exercise.
Yes.
Need more happy hour.
I wouldn't have even bought it for
Need
myself
more
for
happy.
$75.
I would not have bought shirts.
No.
Shirts should be first off. I don't know about you, Tom. I mean, I'm assuming you have a totally different shirt regiment than
I'm gonna guess
any
so.
male
Yeah.
on the planet. And not saying that's a bad thing. It's just I have. And by the
Obvious.
way, this is why I wear so often
Same black
the
shirt.
same course of the
you
Force
always
shirts
wear our Course of the Force shirt.
because they're the right fit,
Oh.
and it
See,
just
I wear
comes
mine
down
to bed.
to fit. Well, all
It's my
right,
PJs.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do. We could do the PJ talk. I'm a nude sleeper.
Are you really?
Oh, well, you're married. If I was married,
Well, first off, I was a nude sleeper well before I was married.
I just mean if I had someone spending the night in bed with me every night, I would be naked too. But I don't. So sad.
Interesting.
Mental note.
Yeah, mental
When
note.
get divorced, see Alice.
See Allison
Oh,
nude
boy.
sleeping. You're like, Tom, you've been married too long. It's not, the kids don't call it nude sleeping. It's still called
sleeping.
sex. Anyway, so the shirt is just a great cut. Like, it's hard to find a shirt that I like a T-shirt.
Right.
And so I finally got to. So I have these like logo shirts, basically like the Course of the Force shirt and a couple other logo shirts that I like. But when I'm dressing up is the wrong word, but when I'm going out business casual, as it were.
Business casual.
The old BC in Hollywood,
Yes.
as they say, where I'm going to throw a button-down shirt on
Ooh.
and maybe button it.
Whoa.
Yeah, super business.
Possibly wear a tie?
No, never.
Oh, never.
No, I'm not
Okay,
tie guy.
got it.
Unless it's sort of like half open 80s style, and then I
Right.
just feel like I should just not wear the tie.
Right. Because then it's an accessory and not serving any purpose.
It's not holding my neck together or whatever they're supposed to be doing, showing that I am not threatening. But anyway, so I finally found a shirt. So I've been buying single shirts online for a lot of times where I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to buy one of these shirts and see if I like it.
Okay.
And then I don't like it. Like I did it was like Target, I just bought. And the other thing is I feel like undershirts are made super flimsy.
Right. So they
But really
fall apart.
what I want is like a substantial T-shirt that
Okay.
is a solid color. Anyway,
I'm
so
with you so far.
I finally found a place that was like $9 a shirt.
Ooh.
And so I bought 12.
There you go. That's
me.
$108. Math.
Bam. That was fast.
Yeah.
My thing is going in and out. That sounds
That's
disgusting.
what
No, it's
she
my
said.
it's my
What?
it's my headset. Anyway, so I am now officially set on T-shirts, and
Got it.
everybody can be relieved.
Thank
do the
goodness.
exact
Hence, I'm not going to buy a $75
Thank
T-shirt.
goodness.
And BID, we're back. So I've got
Yes.
I've got something I want to ask you about.
What do you want to ask
4
me about?
words.
Ooh.
Mega Shark versus Colossus.
Oh my gosh. How did you find that trailer?
How did I
Wait,
find that
what?
trailer? It's on the internet.
I know, but you like had to look for that.
Oh, so our friend Tara is in there, or Tara is in there.
Yeah.
Is in it
Oh,
and
got
shared
it.
it. And so we were watching it like, oh my God, this is great. Like it's like a Sci-Fi Channel thing, right?
It's an asylum film for sci-fi. So it's the same. It's like the Sharknado crew. And there's been, I think this is the 5th Mega Shark film they've done. So it's Mega Shark versus Colossus. Somehow this Mega Shark keeps coming back,
Well,
even
it's
though
mega.
they kill it
It's mega.
in every movie. But Asylum asked Team Unicorn
That
to
makes
do
sense.
a cameo.
That
you
makes
serious?
sense.
Yes. So
Yeah, because I saw Claire first.
Right. So we're in the beginning of the film, and we are an elite
Team.
submarine team. We drive these like super sweet, lethal, svelte submarines, and we're the first line of defense against the mega shark.
Obviously.
But our call sign is Team Unicorn, which is so cool.
Amazing.
So, but it's so funny because like we show up on the day of, and we only had one day of shooting, and we're submarine pilots, I guess, if that's what they're called. Drivers?
Submariners? I don't even know.
So I'm thinking we're going to be in like military gear, and they dress us, of course, because it's Asylum, they dress us in those like Legs Avenue Halloween costumes that come in a bag that are super sexy and made out of just pure spandex. It's literally like a full body spandex outfit that is just made to give you cleavage.
By the way, super smart idea,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh yeah. And we're driving submarines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Alex's 80s fantasies come true.
Right. But it was really fun. It was really cool to do this little cameo.
That's
with
well,
Team
I'm
Unicorn.
excited. Well,
I know.
congratulations. It's
Thank
going to be
you.
out soon.
I know, apparently.
I assume
hysterical.
you didn't defeat the shark. You had one day of shooting.
Spoiler alert.
Correct. And we're the first line of defense, and we're in the beginning of the movie. But I will say we might leave this movie pretty epically.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. So, episode 7,
7.
I would say it's a milestone. It's not really.
It's a lucky number.
This is our lineup with the new Star Wars film that's coming out.
Ooh.
There we go.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Done and done. I have to say, for anybody out there who was mad that we were released about an hour and a half later than usual on Mondays.
Really? People are upset that we didn't come out Monday morning?
No, but I'm just saying, the reason why is because I was completely hungover Monday morning.
Yeah.
Explain.
I texted Alex being like, hey, is a new episode up? He's like, I'm hungover. I'll do it right now. I'm like, what?
I was literally sitting, like, trying to, you know when you're really hungover, you try to do that, like, I'm doing normal things.
Yes.
I'm going about my normal day. And it's like the worst thing you could do, but you're just like, fuck it. I've gotten up at 9 o'clock because my alarm clock went off, and now I will drink this coffee even though I have just vomited. I will sit and watch my television like I usually do.
I feel like we need to remind the listeners at home that the day we are speaking about is a Monday.
This is Monday
which
morning.
means Alex got hungover on Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day. By the
Alex
way,
had a wild and crazy Mother's
and
Day.
I blame Mother's Day. Screw you, Mother's Day.
Aw, why?
Because, well, I got all weird. First off, we shot that morning, we recorded that morning.
Yeah, we did record that morning. And
Right.
then you drove down to see your mom and your dad, and you brought a smoker.
And it was super sweet. I didn't bring a smoker.
Oh, you didn't bring a
However, smoker happened this weekend.
It
Just
did?
got back. Oh my God, pulled pork.
Nice.
Yeah, 11-hour pork butt.
Wait, this is the same weekend we're talking about.
No, different weekend. Mind blown.
Wait, what?
I'm
Was
lost.
it last weekend?
Last weekend was Mother's
Oh,
Day.
You're talking about this current weekend that we're in
The
right now.
current weekend today.
Got it.
It's called
Smoker
Yeah.
happened this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's called Present.
Yeah.
So I was talking
But
about
unfortunately, when people
present.
are listening to this, it's still the past.
That is true.
Yeah.
This is screwing everybody's brain.
Yeah.
I like to philosophize about time travel. Anyway, so I go down. So I had a beer here, which is great. And by the way, I've been really enjoying my like 1 Tecate morning.
Nice.
On the weekends.
Except now it's 4:00, so it
I know
doesn't
now.
seem as
It's
exciting.
still fun.
Yeah.
But so then I went down to Mother's Day brunch, and of course, for Mother's Day brunch, we're down in the OC.
Yes.
I'm gonna get.
I think they made a TV show about that.
They did.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get myself a spicy, Bloody Mary.
A spicy Bloody Mary.
Spicy.
Okay, so
Very spicy.
So drink count at this moment is 1 Tecate.
Yep.
1 spicy Bloody Mary.
A quarter of a spicy Bloody Mary.
A quarter of it.
Wow.
Why?
I like to order. I like to order Bloody Marys, but I don't like to drink Bloody Marys.
That's
Does that
weird.
make sense?
So you like to
I
look
have-
like you know what you're
Well,
doing.
no, I
have
like
never-
the taste of a Bloody Mary.
But if you like the taste, why don't you like to drink it?
I just like it's just there's something refreshing about it, and then it goes meh.
I have never ordered a Bloody Mary
Yeah.
because at no point in my life have I thought that tomato juice might be delicious to drink.
Agreed.
First
It's
off,
like
I
Clamato
agree
juice
with
and-
all of that. I hate
Who
tomatoes.
invented
I hate
the fucking
tomato
Bloody
juice.
Mary?
Yeah.
Fuck that
The
person.
Tomato Council.
Fuck that
Clearly.
person. No, fuck the person who invented the Bloody Mary and who forced it upon all of us as some sort of brunch drink.
I
A
just-
mimosa is so much better.
I hope to
yes.
God that like Mary Johnson, who invented it, is a fan and listening. She's like, but I like you guys.
Also, if her name is Mary Johnson and she named it the Bloody Mary, she has issues. Fuck you, Mary Johnson, and your Bloody Mary.
She's like, Alison, I was such a fan.
Why does she talk like that?
Yeah, because she's not American. It's a Bloody Mary.
Obviously.
But for the record, we also love Shirley Temples, so we love.
Well,
Shirley
of course. Of course.
Fuck yeah,
Talking
Shirley
about people
Temples.
invented
They're awesome.
Drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Shirley Temple, what
Yes?
what's a Roy Rogers?
Coke.
Same. Oh.
No,
It's Coke.
Coke
It's-
and cherry syrup
Is a Roy
is
Rogers.
a Roy Rogers, and 7-Up and cherry syrup is a Shirley Temple.
Ah.
Yep.
I like it.
Blew your mind.
My mind is
You guys,
currently
I'm
blown.
a,
Anyway,
I'm a pretty big pro
anyway,
on soft drinks.
so essentially, it didn't. This is the crazy part.
Okay.
That was it.
No, that was not
No,
it.
no. Hold on.
Oh,
Until
okay.
I then went home and drank copious amounts of alcohol. But first, it was a crazy long day of drinking. Story ends with the Bloody Mary sips.
Okay.
But we were at Maestro's or Mastro's or whatever, and they had this like crazy all you can eat seafood
But this
half
is
lobsters.
Mastro's down in the OC,
OC,
not
yeah.
the one that's up here.
No, it's the OC
Okay,
one.
yeah.
But it was like the Mother's Day brunch. You can have anything you want. So I just fucking stuffed myself.
Okay.
So I was, like when you're stuffed and then you start drinking heavily, it's like bad because you're like, I'm not going to eat anymore. So you sort of stop eating because you're really fucking full. But then,
Right.
so anyway, so we get home and Heather and I were 2 Game of Thrones behind.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, well, this can't stand.
Well, we better marathon
We better marathon
hours of
2
the
whole
show.
hours. And I started drinking straight Jack Daniels.
Yeah, you did.
Which
Whoa.
is my Jimmy Jam.
Yeah.
Are you 22?
No. First off, it's not SoCo and Coke. Straight
I feel
whiskey.
like if you're drinking straight whiskey, you don't choose Jack Daniels.
I do. I love
I
it.
love Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
I'm not a whiskey drinker. I don't really know.
I'm from a Jack Daniels family.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is
my
your dad
favorite-
Jack?
No, but my grandfather.
Does he know Mary?
Yeah, I am the love child of Jack Daniels and the lady who invented Bloody Marys.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I got alcohol rolling through my brains. That's not.
Your what? Your
I was going to say
veins.
veins,
Your
but then
veins.
Blaines because I was going to say brain. I got alcohol in my brain. Anyway, no, I come from a long line of Jack Daniels drinkers.
Okay.
As a child, my favorite story about my grandfather was whenever we would go and ask him a question like, hey, we want to go to the beach, we want to go whatever, and he would go, let me go ask my friend Jack. And he would go into the kitchen, open a cupboard, pull out the Jack Daniels,
gosh.
pour himself a drink it, and then go, he says it's all right.
So my I'm gonna do a BID at the moment.
Okay, good.
My cousin is getting married soon, and so this is on my dad's side of the family, and they have 3 sons. That's my cousins on this side is 3 sons, and
Okay.
2 of them are already married to 2 very lovely women, and the third one is getting married to another lovely woman. So it was the bridal shower for Amy.
For the third
one, yes, and the other 2. Her to-be sister-in-laws, so the other 2 women married to my cousins, made her a slideshow of what it's like to be married to a Haislip.
Oh boy.
And the first
That is
slide,
amazing.
I know, the first slide is learn defensive eating, and it's so
Defensive
true.
eating?
Because
Do they eat off the other plate?
Yeah,
I do too. It's
You
all
do?
we do in my family is eat off of
Wow.
someone else's. Like, I am that person who gets food envy in a restaurant, and like I'll order something and someone else will order something else, and I'm like, shit, I want to eat that too, and I will just eat. I have a problem where I don't even ask. I just stare at someone's food, and then when they turn, I'm like, I'm gonna eat that person's French fry. I've
That
gotten
is
better
amazing.
at asking, but it's so hard for me to not eat off other people's plates.
You have food Asperger's.
I know.
I would keep
You're
you
like,
around specifically to keep me from eating too much and
Exactly.
gaining weight.
I'd be like, what do you want to eat right now? I will order the opposite so you eat my food.
Yeah, so that just reminded me when your family members drink whiskey, my family members defensive eat.
He eats off people's
Yes.
food plates. That's amazing. All right, let's get into the show, shall we?
Let's do it.
I love hashtag BID is my new favorite
Hashtag
thing.
BID.
I love it so much.
That's our
okay,
thing.
first off, we've now been doing this show for long enough
Ooh.
that I can actually come to you guys with an update.
An update on what?
An update on Alien Baby Skull.
Yes.
Or Alien Baby.
Yes.
Alien
Mommy
Baby.
babies.
What did you find out? Was it me?
So first off, it was a slide. It was a past life of Tom Krajewski.
Yes.
No. The thing was, I mean, this is it's like, dude, it's a little bit like read the fucking manual. You know what I mean? Like, how does this work? Oh, I got stuck on this thing. Read the fucking manual. It's like, oh, Q, and then I get through it. Anyway.
It's always fucking cute.
So they had this picture.
I'm going to cue Bloody Marys.
You just cue Bloody
Fuck off, Bloody Mary. Q.
Q-U-E-U-E. So, I don't know why that's
We're so
thing.
British.
So anyway, the slide, because it was actually a slide that they found.
We're talking about the picture we
We're
saw
talking about
last
the picture
week.
of the thing that looked clearly like a mummified boy or baby. If they finally did some high resolution scans and they really looked at it, there's actually a little title card sitting next to the thing that says "Mummified Body of a 2-Year-Old Boy."
It was a mummy baby.
But it literally had the label.
Giant.
Mummy of a 2-year-old boy, and all these alien people were like, "It's an alien! It's proof!
It's gonna be an alien!"
They held a press conference.
Yes.
A press conference. And they literally just didn't do a high enough resolution scan to be able to look and go, wait, but that says mummy, mummy of
It
a
meant 2-year-old boy alien.
Yeah, underneath they were like, we think
Mummy
that
of
says...
a 2-year-old boy alien.
Yeah, a 2-year-old boy alien.
Wait, Alex, I forgot to ask, did we get any emails this week?
Oh, yeah.
Did Dr. Jesus write us back?
We did. No, he tweeted us.
Oh, he did?
And said, thank you for, quote, reading my email on the thing, which I thought was great.
You never forwarded me his email. Forward me his email. I want to read it.
I will forward you his email.
All right.
But we got an email... we got an email that's just a quick technical email is not the right one, but
What?
Jith. Ready for that?
Jith?
Jith. Jith.
What's that?
I
That's
think his
name?
name is Ron Jith, and he goes by Jith.
Oh my gosh, I love that you human beings have such interesting names.
Yeah.
Human beings.
Oh no, this is from an alien baby. This is from an alien baby.
Okay.
Alien
baby Jith.
You humans are so cute. I mean, we humans. Oh, Jesus, where's my call button? I got an emergency teleporter. So he said, which by the way, I love this. He said, love the new podcast. Hopefully it blows up and becomes super popular.
Yeah. Guess what, Jith? Help us do that by sharing it and liking it.
We
and
agree.
All you other human beings.
So he said that he...
have interesting names.
Yeah. Put it out on that.
Don't drink Bloody Marys.
Names of
Did anyone
Facebook
save
on.
Travis from the moon?
Nobody said anything about Travis. I think
Damn
he's
it,
dead.
people. That was your mission.
Alex was too hungover to do it.
Yeah, I couldn't save it. I was like, sorry, Travis. I am really hungover right now. I don't care how much moon peril you're in. We'll just belay that order, Travis. So he just said, quick question. You mentioned you use apps to record your podcast. Which apps do you use?
Ooh. Yes, Alex. Which apps do we use?
Yeah, so I thought I would delve into that for 2 seconds. So we actually just record using a 3-port mixer, right?
Yep.
Into a Zoom microphone.
Yep.
Recorder thing,
Yep.
all scientific,
Yep.
very highly scientific.
Yep.
And then I use Levelator, which
Obviously.
is the big genie in the box. They don't even support it
Levelator
anymore.
sounds like something you had to go through as an American gladiator.
does.
Now you're going through the levelator.
It's basically a foam elevator where balls fall on your head. Oh, fucking American
I hate it
gladiators.
when balls fall on my head.
I used to want to be an American
Do you?
gladiator.
Do you?
Yes.
You used to want to be an American gladiator?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh my god! I just
I
want
was
to be
all
a
super
contestant.
macho.
I
when
knew
you
an
were a
American
kid.
gladiator.
Which one?
Laser?
I forget. He was on the new. It's
friends.
my buddy Evan.
He seemed nice.
He's
I forget.
He was one of the new gladiators. So you know how they brought it back for a season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I didn't watch it, so I don't remember what he was.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so he's a newbie.
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you, Jith. We had Daniel sent us an email talking to us why no cash economy is bad.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, David sent us an email about the Roswell mummy, but it wasn't. I think it hadn't come out yet that the Roswell
was
mummy
actually
was
a 2-year-old
super fake,
mummy boy?
But it was just an interesting story about having a conversation, trying to have a normal conversation with an alien believist, which is now what I'm going to call them, an alien believist,
Sure.
about why it probably is less likely that people have been here. And he just said it's kind
Right.
of like banging your head up against the wall. So,
Right.
So yeah, so we've got some, some good stuff.
Sweet. Let's
Some
go on
good
to story
stuff.
number 2 then.
Well, this is story number 1.
Yeah.
That was just a follow up.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Got
Ready?
it. So now we've officially started.
Yeah, here we go.
We're only 20 minutes
I love
in or
this
something
idea.
like that.
I know.
20 minutes
Oh
in.
shit, are we? Well, you're gonna get
19.
1 or 2 stories, but they'll have poop emojis in them.
What?
What? The best thing ever. Feud over Miami homeless leads to creation of poop map.
Wait, what?
So in Miami,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I thought you were kidding about the poop emojis.
No,
Oh,
poop
sweet.
map. So basically, in Miami, there's been a dispute between a bunch of downtown boosters, like people that live down there, business owners and people who are like, we want to, let's help downtown become better.
Right.
And the Miami-Dade Homeless Trust. And the whole concept is they've been sort of dueling over how best to deal with the homeless population.
Okay.
And so, but because of the fact that they've sort of not been able to get along, they haven't been able to sort of figure. I mean, it's so stupid. It's like two people that
homeless
don't
people
want,
haven't been able to get along with other homeless people, or homeless people haven't
no,
been able to get along
two
with
people,
this company.
two entities that
Okay.
want to help solve the homeless issue
Oh.
in Miami are arguing over how to do that,
Oh, okay, got it.
and they've been doing that for like a year.
Wow.
And so one of the sides snapped and was like, okay, well, we're going to put out all these great little maps, like Tourist Bureau and stuff like that, like maps of places to go and things to do while you're here. And one of the maps, they said, here is the map for where you should avoid because there's human fecal matter.
What?
Because of our homeless population. And they use...
I thought you were going to tell me
No.
it was a map that
No.
homeless people could use to
No.
find appropriate places to
No,
poop.
it's little poop emojis on a map. Like, avoid these areas. There's
they
human
went and
poop.
found what?
Because there is an agency that there's an agency, the Downtown Development Authority. It has basically people will call
the DDA.
The DDA, yeah, it's actually true. They did say DDA at one point in the article. I was like, "What's DDA?" But they have people call in and be like, "Hey, there's fucking poop."
But how do they know it's human poop and not dog poop or something like that?
Also, there's a lot of people calling and go, "Hey, some dude's pooping in the bush over
Okay,
here."
that's different.
not I found some poop and it seems like it's either a Great Dane or a human.
Wow.
So how great is that there's like a fight going on and they were like,
Well, I think it's not great that there's a fight, but I think it's hilarious that they thought that map was going to be a good idea.
I want the map from my neighborhood.
Your neighborhood?
Do you?
Dude,
nothing
homeless
around
people.
here.
I feel like this is one of those situations where like innocence is but what's that saying? Oh my god, I'm terrible
Innocence
at this.
is
Innocence
Is best?
Innocence
Like,
is
no,
innocence is
not-
the best.
No news is
I
good
don't think
news.
that's a
Shit, no. What am I trying to say?
ignorance is bliss?
Ignorance is bliss. Thank you.
Oh, ignorance is bliss, not innocence is best. Which, by the way, that is also a great
that
saying.
wasn't right, but
it's a legal
yeah.
saying, really. Innocence is best.
Do you actually walk around your
Ignorance is
neighborhood
bliss.
and find these things?
No.
Because you're in a nice neighborhood.
I don't know. I mean,
But that's
it's
my
getting
point.
nicer.
Like,
but-
why would you like if you're gonna have to walk in that area anyway, I'd rather not know that that's a place where they find human feces.
Right, innocence is best.
Hashtag innocence is best.
This situation, innocence is best. But yeah, you're right. I don't want to walk around and be like, oh, here we go. I'm coming up to poop corner. Good old poop corner. I know there's 3 fucking piles of human feces, and I'm just gonna keep looking straight. Keep looking straight.
Ew.
Because it's like one of those things where like somebody says something, and you're like, now all I can think of is that
Yes.
thing. You know what I mean? It's like
really
all I
upset you
can
brought up
see
this
is that there's
story.
poop next to the Starbucks. Like that's all I can see.
Did you make this story first just so we would talk about it?
Yes.
Is that map like a real-time map of where you can find the actual crap on the corners? Is
I love it.
So like
Yeah, there's like a-
ways in a way.
Yeah,
Ways
for poop. Oh, quick! I need to find out the closest, freshest human pile of shit. Oh, okay, it's on 3rd Street. I'll head over there right now for my science experiments, where I need all that human poop.
Take me there through back alleys so I can get there quicker.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a traffic jam
Ways.
next to Poop 3.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next story. Let's avoid poop.
Yeah. All right. So I want to talk about this. What do you guys think about self-driving cars?
Oh, they terrify me.
Really?
Yes.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're looking at me for my
Interesting.
reaction.
I was.
I am a little scared.
Interesting.
I only feel like self-driving cars will be fully functional is if every single human being is in a self-driving car, which I don't think there's going to be a point where we can do that.
But does it have to be that?
No, it doesn't have to be, but I think that's the only way you can sort of have control of your destiny.
Of your destiny.
Yeah.
You mean like I'm only going to be in a fucking self-driving car if nobody else has the power to
run
be in a
into
regular
me.
car?
Yes.
That's a good point.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
what was the movie? Minority Report. I think all the cars were on like tracks. They were you're a car, you were in it, but they would be like on.
Well,
the,
no, I
right?
think Minority Report. Every time I talk about self-driving cars, I always go Minority Report was the best solution, right? Which is any car that gets on a freeway has to be self-driving.
Right.
You can drive anywhere you want, not on a freeway, but if you're getting onto a freeway, it only allows you to get on if you're a self-driving car.
Right.
And anybody can get off anytime.
What?
Yeah.
But I like that idea, right? Because it's like, if you're going to get on the highway, every car is a self-driving car.
That's what I mean.
So all the traffic is handled, and they're all talking to each other and
Right.
doing all their talkie-talkies, and you know what I mean?
I just feel like if we have self-driving cars, that's just turning every roadway into a train, basically. So why not just have
Well, no. I mean, trains are driven by people.
Well, I get what you mean. That's true. Never mind. I retract my statement entirely.
I mean, trains
I'm
really...
going to keep drinking.
Trains are just the... But... I see what you mean. Well, but it's like if every train would pull up in front of your house whenever you were ready.
Right.
Then I would totally ride the train.
Right.
If I could literally walk out of my door and the train would be there and I would just walk on and then be at my place and walk out of the train, I would totally take a train.
Right.
You don't have anywhere to be normally. You're like me.
It's true. But
Okay,
when
so
you do,
why-
you need that car.
Why did you bring this up? Do we have an article that's saying we're getting self-driving cars?
Well, yes. I mean, look, self-driving cars are coming. They actually exist. They've been testing them for
I know
a while.
they were on Silicon Valley. It still freaks me out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right now they have anyway, so the big issue here and the reason why this article is up is it says self-driving cars are legal, but rules would be nice. So the way I didn't really realize this, but the whole concept is, and I kind of dig this about America,
Right?
Everything's legal unless somebody says it's not.
Oh.
Right. So like if you
Interesting.
do something that seems like this should be illegal, but it's not illegal, it's not illegal.
Interesting.
Right?
Well, don't we already have isn't the Google Maps car a self-driving car?
No, well, they might be because Google has been testing
I think
self-driving
it
cars
is.
in Nevada and
Yes.
California.
Yeah.
And this is what the big issue is that a lot of these states and the federal government, there isn't really any rules governing self-driving cars.
Right.
So all the automakers...
It's not like they had self-driving horse buggies back
right
in the day.
But all the automakers are kind of like, give us fucking give us rules. We want to know what it is that you want because we're going to develop technology. Let's say we develop, cars that all use radar.
Okay.
And then you just arbitrarily decide, like Audi just does all cars that do radar and everybody else doesn't. And then the government comes out and was like, self-driving cars are awesome, but they have to have, GPS only, no radar.
Right.
And now they're like, well, fuck, we just spent 10 years developing fucking radar cars.
Right.
Why wouldn't you tell us this before that you didn't want radar cars?
Right.
So they're sort of like, they want to know. And the other thing is that self-driving cars, because here's the thing. They said that of the self-driving cars that have been out for I think 2 years or 3 years, there's only been 11 accidents. And they're all minor.
How many self-driving cars have there been? 11?
Oh, so everyone has had
That's
an
what
accident?
I mean. That's okay. No joke.
is a bad-
My cousin is graduating high school in 2 weeks or something, and his school, his school does something super smart where after they take their finals, you have 2 or 3 weeks after your finals or whatever, after your last college. After colleges can accept you.
Yeah, the senioritis where you're just sort of well, fuck, nothing I'm going to do is going to change my grades, so I'm out.
My cousin's school, for the last month of their senior year, they don't take any of their regular classes. They take a very specific class, and it's just something interesting. So my cousin is taking, oh crap, it had a really interesting name, but it was deception in statistics or something like that. So when you say there's only 11 accidents, that sounds great. But if you're not given the whole picture, there were only 12 cars, then it's actually really shitty.
Interesting.
So it was fascinating. But this 18-year-old is telling me these stories about how statistics have been used incorrectly over the times. And I'm like, what? He was saying that there's some statistic out there that gun-related deaths have doubled every single year since 1957 in children under the age of 12 or something like that, which is impossible because if you actually do the math, doubling one every single year from
millions,
1957 ends up in more people than are on this planet or something along those lines.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, if you don't put the statistic in the right scenario,
so
you're given incorrect information.
His class makes you a pessimist, basically. You're like
no,
or an optimist.
I think
that hates
it's more of a.
mathematicians.
I actually think it makes them more inquisitive.
No,
thankfully,
awesome.
these are the people who will be ruling our country. Ruling our country is a really bad way. Running our country is probably a better way to say it.
We haven't been ruled on for a while.
Hopefully, these people will now know what to look for. Yeah.
For the self-driving cars.
Yeah, back to the self-driving cars.
There was a story last year about some blind guy who couldn't drive, and he finally got into the self-driving car for the first time to go to Taco Bell.
That's the end of the story?
Your story?
Well, what happened? Did he make it? Did this blind man make it to Taco Bell? What did he order?
He got to Taco Bell. He was ecstatic that he got to go to Taco Bell.
No, Tom, you've been demoted back to audio engineer.
No, I like this.
That was the worst. You can't come on here and tell a one-sentence story.
A blind man gets into a car. Good night, everybody.
Goes to Taco Bell.
So he made it to Taco Bell. He made it to Taco Bell. And it was the most amazing thing that ever happened to him?
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry.
By the way, blind guy.
Interesting.
At least go to like In-N-Out.
I know. Fuck In-N-Out. I was going to say go see a movie. That's bad. But like, there's got to be something else that you're like, I wish I could get in a car and go to X.
Have you guys seen Mad Max?
Not yet. Yeah,
that
good.
was a weird noise that I made.
No, it's an enjoyment
Mad Max
noise.
was totally worth that noise. Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is like...
Was it the Fury Road?
It was like a symphony of a movie. It was gorgeous. It's not perfect by any means, but it was so entertaining and it was just phenomenal to watch. And it's literally a 2-hour-long car chase.
Wow.
That's the entire movie.
So it's like Snowpiercer in cars.
Right. I was under the impression, like, I was really upset when I saw the trailer for Mad Max because I was like, you showed me all the fucking good parts. The entire trailer happens in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh, wow.
Except there's one shot of Charlize Theron that's like from later in the film. But other than that, every shot in the trailer is like literally from the first 10 minutes.
Were you guys Mad Max fans back in the day? Now, and by the way, lots of people remember Mad Max, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
And they remember Mad Max 2. Right? They don't remember.
No, the original when
Road
it wasn't.
Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the world wasn't as like desert.
Yeah, it wasn't
and
like
destroyed.
it wasn't
he
like a
goes
post-apocalyptic.
To the beach.
Yeah.
There's an ocean in
Yeah. And he's like a working police officer.
Yeah.
Weren't they released differently here because they made Mad Max and the Road Warrior over there, and then they were so popular they released Mad Max here first. That's the sequel to the Road Warrior, right? And then they released the Road Warrior after here in the States.
That would have made no sense, but
but it would have made sense like for me as a child because I only really remember Mad Max, the movie.
You thought that was the first one,
right?
Road
Interesting.
Warrior, I think.
And then there's Thunderdome,
is,
which weirdly enough, the Thunderdome part happens in the first 25 minutes of the movie, and then Mel Gibson goes off to become some sort of Jesus figure to these like children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking too much.
No,
I was demoted too.
No, I love that. No, you're back. You're back with knowledge of Australian movie releases in the U.S.
Right.
You've been back. You're back now.
You're back.
Thank you.
Do we have time for one more?
You're at 32 minutes.
Let's do it.
Oh, one more. Just one more. Now, which one do we do?
Oh my god!
Oh, do we do?
You're wasting time trying to decide,
human brain
Alex.
mapping, or do we do letting yourself? Let's just do this one because it's stupid. It just proves that kids are stupid, and I'm glad that the internet never existed when I was a child because it would have been the worst childhood.
Oh yeah.
New video of fire challenge craze is deadly.
Oh no, I'm so upset
remember we
by
had
this.
the ice bucket challenge?
Yes.
Which was positive. Everybody loved pouring. Oh, I'm so cold.
Became popular at Boston College, my alma mater.
Bam. Right? This one also became popular at Boston College. No, I'm
No,
just
it
kidding.
didn't. Shut your face.
So this is kids pouring flammable liquids on themselves.
Why?
Lighting them on fire.
What?
Lighting themselves on fire and then jumping into bodies of water to extinguish it before they're burned.
What?
I'll
what
do
are you
it.
doing, children?
That sounds awesome.
I mean, look, there's a part of me that's like, okay,
No,
this is pretty awesome.
Nothing about that sounds awesome.
Well, the part
you
that you're
can
on
do
fire
it.
for like a second. I mean, look, this is a bad idea.
don't do this.
This is a bad idea.
Don't do
not-
anything we say on this show.
No, the half-hour
okay?
happy hour does not support
Condone any
catching
of this.
yourself on fire.
But why are they doing this?
Because they're fucking idiot kids.
That's it?
And
they just take a video of it and post it on the
like
internet?
One kid did it because he thought it was cool, and then all the kids, and probably was like,
And-
Billy
and
wouldn't
kids
do
have
it. And then
died?
it's just now, boom, boom, boom. A kid has died.
Oh, fuck.
Some kid in the U.S. died. I can't remember.
Well, he didn't do it.
And by the
right.
way, the person that like this article was written on, but the kid's 9 and his
No.
11-year-old brother.
No.
Isn't this fucked
Yeah.
up, dude? Being a kid now with all the tech. I mean, I know I
With
sound
access
a
to-
little bit like an old man
Right.
saying this shit, but it's it's less about like the technology is bad and more about like I just feel bad for being a kid. Like cyberbullying and shit like that.
Oh, I know.
Thank God.
Like we didn't have to deal with any of that shit.
I know. I can't imagine how screwed up I would be if we had stuff like Facebook when I was in middle school.
Dude, just think about like when you were 13, 14, your hormones were all fucking going crazy, and you post something on Instagram and somebody was like, "You're stupid."
Yeah.
And it would just crush you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cyberbullying saves you from the actual physical bullying.
A little bit, but it's more mental. I mean, it's, you know, I think I think it goes hands in hand with physical bullying. You know what I mean? Like, at least when you go home after school, you're done. You're like, well, reset the clock.
Kids, don't bully and don't set yourselves on fire. This is all just really stupid. Just don't do it.
By the way,
yeah,
that also has to be on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Kids, don't bully and don't set yourself on fire. This is all really stupid.
Yeah.
Alison Haislip.
And I'll sell it for $75.
And half of the proceeds will go to anti-fire starters.
No proceeds.
This is no proceeds.
All those proceeds will go to my bank account. Because I'm not actually selling that shirt.
Yeah. You mean, oh, wait a minute. We're going to get into a philosophical argument about this fictional money that you're not going to donate to charity. Now I'm mad.
Correct. Oh my gosh. I just got so excited looking at your Tecate can and realizing that the barcode on the side is in the shape of the eagle.
What?
Look at it.
Oh,
look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Technology. Yeah.
Tecate, you just totally brightened my day for making me stop about kids. Stop thinking about kids setting themselves on fire.
Make me stop about kids.
I forgot a word in there.
You're going to have a good Game of Thrones wrap-up show.
Oh my gosh, I have to go directly from here to Game of Thrones wrap-up
You're going to be like, please don't do that again. First off, I always say, whenever I see a Tecate, I always say, Mr. Tecata. So horrible. I was too young when that came out. I don't even know what happened.
I don't know why I'm laughing. That was
all right, this is bad. We got to go. Okay. Well, thanks.
More. It's 35 minutes.
35 minutes? All right, then I'm going to throw this one in here.
We're flying through this show.
The problem is this one's got a lot of fucking science. So buckle up.
Yeah, you're
cut out all the crap
really good at it.
A first big step towards mapping the human brain.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mapping the human brain.
And story. Wait, why? Okay, why are we going to map the human brain?
First off, 'cause awesome.
'Cause awesome. Cool.
Right? Secondly, I really think I've started to get to a point where I actually believe that in our lifetimes we are going to be able to download our brains into some shit.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Didn't we talk about that last week or something?
Neuromancer.
I know, but I'm really thinking this is going to be a thing.
Okay.
I'm thinking this, and I'm kind of jazzed about it.
Right.
I mean, immortality and all is kind of cool.
That's
right?
Scary,
I mean, I'd like to live in a fantasy world rather than die, given the two choices.
Yeah.
You can stop existing or you can exist in this amazing virtual reality place that we just made up.
But that's the thing is, how do you know it's going to be amazing?
Because it's not death. What do you mean? How is it? Anything will be amazing.
No.
Even if I'm looking at the fucking toaster screensaver for the rest of time.
Really?
You can think about stuff?
No.
Maybe download a book or two.
You don't know again what happens after death.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. It could be just slightly
what if, like, all these dead people are like floating around us right now being
hey,
like,
where's Alex?
Sucker, get over here. It's awesome.
Well, I mean, first off, A, I hope so.
Yeah.
And B, I've always been optimistic about the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not super religious personally, but and Heather and I have this conversation a bunch. I say, look, you will never you will never know exactly what happens until you die.
Right.
So it is, it's like Schrodinger's cat. It's either nothing or something.
Right.
And we will never know. I would just prefer to live life thinking that something's going to happen. I don't have to define it or know what it is.
Right.
Than nothing, because that just seems happier.
But also at the same time, if it's nothing, you have no idea that it's nothing.
Exactly.
You're not aware of the nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Now think about fucking being in some virtual reality awesome beach. And
not
you're
if
like,
I'm staring at the
beach.
toaster screensaver for the entire
I don't know.
time.
I'm just saying. You can think about
I
stuff.
would lose my mind, and I've already lost it apparently into this virtual world.
But what if other people could join you?
If you're someplace where you cannot actually lose your mind, you are literally stuck with yourself for eternity.
Well, yeah, but now I'm going to fuck your brains even more.
Wait, what?
What happens?
I hate it when you fuck my brain.
What happens? What happens when they download your brain into the virtual reality and you're still alive? Which version of your brain are you going to be thinking?
The one where I get laid
I don't
more.
think that's possible.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, you're going to die. Like, what? You see what I'm saying?
If they download your brain into something, your brain isn't back in your living body.
But they're not. But they're taking. It's like the backup copy.
No.
It's a backup copy.
I'm just saying no.
They're just, mapping it. So anyway.
Do I think it would be cool if this is possible? Yes. Would I ever do it? Fuck no.
But now this is what you're saying here as a vibrant 30-something, ready to party.
I'm 24. What are you talking about?
A vibrant 24-year-old, wise beyond her years.
Really?
Life experiences beyond her years. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When you're like 85 and your hips don't work for whatever reason, that's the thing. I just feel like old people,
but they still won't lie.
Yeah. You're like, my hips never lie.
Nope.
You may be like, fucking download me, man. I want to go fucking jet skiing and shit like that. Or it could be like
Wait, but you're assuming that you'll be able to download me into another body to experience shit.
No.
What?
Why do you need the body? You're only experiencing.
How the fuck am I going to jet ski without a body?
Because you're only experiencing the jet skiing because the neurons are blowing shit from your hands and your face balls into your brain. If you can just make that jump and go, we're blowing your face balls with this stuff.
What?
You guys are so unscientific.
Baseballs is scientific.
It's a slang.
Why did you save this story till the end?
I don't know. It just happened because it had so much science in it. I didn't know we were going to talk about.
We don't even need to talk about the science. This whole conversation.
So they're getting there. Let's just say they're getting there. They've made steps.
I'll be able to jet ski without a body.
Because think about this.
Oh,
right?
Shit.
Think about this.
Okay.
If they figure out how to map somebody's brain, just the sort of ins and outs.
Right.
Forget the actual power going through or whatever, but they understand what each of the cells in the brain do and how they work, and they can model that in a computer.
To me, this just sounds so much better for people with brain cancer. Wait, I'm serious.
I mean, I would say any cancer, but
well,
yeah.
no, specifically brain cancer. Maybe this is because I watch Grey's Anatomy still, but like anytime they're like operating on someone's brain,
you're basing the scientific leap on Grey's Anatomy.
Wait for it. They're always so concerned when they're going to cut a tumor out of someone's brain about what it's going to affect when they wake up because they don't really know. So my point is if they're cutting out a tumor, they'll know exactly what part of the brain it's affecting,
and
they will
how
know
it would affect.
how to work. And how to work around it.
So they'll be like, "Do you like strawberries?" Yeah. Not anymore. Shrink. Good news is we saved your life. Bad news is never eat a hot dog again.
No. So anyway, what were you saying?
No, that was it. What I was saying was once they understand what each of the actual cells in your brain does, and they can map it in a computer, then all they have to do, they can make it do what it's supposed to do in a computer. Then all they have to do is scan your brain, figure out the order in which your shit is connected, make a computer model of it, and then send information. And boom, that's you. You're there. Right?
I hate it.
Doesn't that make sense?
I would be more excited if they could if someone has a learning disability or something like that, they could figure out how to tweak something in their brain to fix that. That to me,
that also could happen.
This is all much more fascinating of how I can fix myself as opposed to transporting my consciousness into some other computer terminal or something like that.
Well, yeah, but just think about travel.
What do you mean? I will not get frequent flyer miles.
You will get frequent flyer miles
if we just download my
download yourself to London and you're like, I had the weekend in London. What'd you do? Oh, nothing. I was in a computer, but it was awesome. They spun me around. I saw the Louvre, which is also
that's in Paris, but
London.
That's cool.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. All right, people. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Listening
with your ears.
You're fired now too. I fired both of you. This is now my podcast.
Right. Tomorrow or next week, prepare for the monologue that is Alison Haislip's half-hour happy hour.
And it's just me drunk with a bottle of wine, being like, "I'm so lonely."
Where are you gonna get the wine if I don't show up?
Oh
hey.
Shit!
I have the recording equipment. We're back.
Yeah,
we're back.
The only thing I offered to
Audio
this entire
five.
thing is fabulous opinions on topics.
This is true.
Yes.
This is true. You fabulicize
I just show
our opinions.
up. I don't do anything. Wow, I'm lazy, you guys.
No, you don't. You do stuff.
What do
You're
I do?
integral.
You drink my wine and make fun of us.
Yeah.